今年4月1日より日産の CEO に就任したイヴァン・エスピノーサ社長。今回はエスピノーサ社長が考える日産の車作りについて貴重なお話をいただきました。
Well, it's going well. It's going according to our plan. As you know, we announced many difficult, tough things, but that were needed, and we are progressing in line with what we expected from the beginning. It's still work to be done, so we are not at the end of it, but the progress is going according to schedule, and I'm hoping that we can be in line with our targets for next year. As we said, we are pursuing a break-even year next year, positive cash flow and positive operating profit, and this is what we're pushing to achieve. So far, the results, it's very early. We're just at the end of my second quarter, but the progress so far is in line with what we expected. Yeah. Absolutely. No, I'm more than happy to talk to you anytime. And I'm hoping that you're seeing that Nissan is becoming a lot more open in its communications. This was one of the strong pillars in the strategy as well, because we discovered that both internally and externally, we had to improve our communications between top management and employees, and also between top management and the market. And this is why I'm very happy to be here with you, and I will be more than happy to continue to have these kind of exchanges, because it also helps me understand from the outside how are you as experts in the industry seeing the company, and it gives me a lot of learnings that I can then implement into the way we're operating. We need people to see that inside Nissan there's a lot of passionate people creating cars and working very hard to bring these cars to them, and this is something that we are lacking. I think Nissan some years ago, maybe in the early 2000s, was still seen as this kind of company, a company made of passionate people that were working together hard to make great products and a lot of good technology. But along the way, we started to become a company that was talking only about financials, about OP and about volume, about this and that, and now I'm going to these markets. And then the passion of, again, the basics of a car company, I think were gone. And this is what I want to bring back, because this is what we are. You know, I'm come from within that part of the business. And this is how I grew up in Nissan, and this is still inside. So we just need to show it to the public and make sure that people understand that Nissan is a company that cares a lot about people and about society. We care a lot about making great cars that make our customers smile and shine. And this is what makes us happy. You know, the greatest experience I've ever had in my career is one of the cars that I've worked as a product planner, looking the car in the street, and looking at the faces of joy of people driving the car I invested so many hours and years of my life in creating. And this is the most rewarding thing that you can get as a car lover working in a car company. So I want this to be known by people. I want people to understand that there's a lot of people like me inside the company working very hard to make them happy. And this is what Nissan is in reality. I think Nissan, we have stayed too close to the traditional values of a car. What I mean by this is good handling, good acceleration, good dynamic performance. And this is okay for certain generation of people. Probably I'm at the boundary. You know, people like my age, 40s or something and older, they love these things. But younger people, they think a little bit different. This is not enough. Yeah. For younger people, they need a car that is very well connected to their world, a car that is easy to use, a car that knows and anticipates what you need, because the life is so different for young people. Young people get everything immediately. You see, with the smartphones and all the technology that is around, the cars have to evolve into this, and they need to be upgradable. They need to be somehow tunable in an easy way. And these are things that today's cars are not offering. So this is a bit what I'm saying when I refer to the future is the intelligent car. A combination of a car that has the strong values that Nissan Heritage has, like good performance, good dynamics, but then adds this additional value for younger people. This is exactly what we have to achieve as Nissan in the future, to appeal to younger customers while we keep the backbone of what Nissan is as a car company. This is what we will be chasing. One, I think, probably thing that we have to improve, as I was saying earlier, is our Note, which is at the heart of one of the biggest segments. Our starting price is not as competitive as others. We start only with an e-POWER offer, and this is probably what is making our volume not as big and our presence in the market not as big as other brands. So these are the things that we would like to address, and this applies to some other vehicles in the lineup as well, where I think we have opportunities to improve the price points of our cars. Not necessarily being cheap, yeah, but having a better overall package option for customers. So this is, I think, one of the areas. The other is, I think, we have cars in other markets, as I was saying, and I mentioned Patrol. But another good, I think, car that could work very well in Japan is Murano, a D-segment car. It was here some time ago. There were a lot of people that bought Muranos back then. And it's a car that people is asking me in Japan regularly about, like, why did you never brought Murano here? Why did you stop it? So this is one of the others that could help, because it's something that we are very good as a company on developing. We're very good at making C-segment and D-segment cars. Because of the presence we have in the US, we have learned a lot. And now with the presence we have in China, we have also learned a lot about technology and in-cabin experience, and these customers value this kind of content and technology. So this is one of the things I think that we can improve in the future. Yeah. I agree with you. This is something that we have to work on. As I was saying earlier, I think trying to make one car the same way, it's one of, I think, things that we have made wrong in the past. We need to clearly understand what is the role of the cars that we have in the lineup. And as we said, these cars that are sitting at the top, like Z or GTR, in terms of brand and brand halo that they provide. And I will put Patrol into these ones. These cars need to show what Nissan brand is about. And then you need to have some connection, as you said, with the cars in the bottom. So some of the key technologies that we have, for example, in our Patrol, some of the essence of the 4x4, how can we use those technologies into our normal standard cars so that people can relate to the top of a brand? This is exactly what we have to work more on, and strengthen, I think, also the branding element of our technology. So far we focus too much on the car nameplates, but I think we need to clarify what are the key technologies. I think with e-POWER we're doing a good job. I think with our 4x4 system, the e-Force, we have to do more, because it's great. I don't know if you have driven it, but it's really good. The chassis control, the body motion, it's really well done. And this is one of the other, pillars of our technology that we can build on. Then we have ProPilot, which I think we're building well on. We need to keep developing the technology. And then the last piece will be probably our software and connectivity that we have to develop a bit more, the branding. I think the technology itself is good. We are good at doing this. The user experience and the graphic interface is very good. The way it interacts with the car is one of the most advanced systems that you have in Japan. We just need to market it a bit more. And I think we have some good elements to do what you said, connecting the total product as a brand in a better way. I fell in love with this car when I drove it in the dunes of the desert in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I was so impressed how such a heavy car, over 2 tons, can fly on the desert. It's impressive. It's really impressive, and the amount of technology that it has, the comfort. So it's like it has dual personality, because you're driving first in the city and it's a very comfortable ride. You have all these nice screens and very smooth drive, and then if you go into the highway, you have a lot of power, so the car is really responsive. But then you go into the dunes and you imagine, oh, this soft car is not going to perform. But then suddenly you're jumping on the dunes, and I was just like, wow, this car is so capable, so good job that was done by the engineering team on that car. We really put together all the technology that Nissan had available into developing and delivering this car. What I would say is please support Nissan. As I was saying, Nissan is a company made of a lot of passionate people, people that love cars, people that love customers, and we are working very hard to prepare these cars for you. I have more than 120,000 employees globally working very hard night and day to deliver great technologies and thinking always about the customer, putting the customer at the center and bringing great technologies to them. So I would just tell them, please keep cheering on us. We're in a difficult position, but we are committed to come back and bring great products and great experiences to them. This is what I would tell them. Thank you.
まず第一印象なんですけど、こんなにフランクで気さくな方なんだっていうので、一瞬で緊張がほぐれました。なんか結構何でも聞いて良さそうな雰囲気があったので、プライベートな質問もさせていただきました。全体を通して本当に車が大好きなんだな、そして日産が好きなんだなっていうのが伝わってきました。結構コアな車のお話もされていましたし、シルビアについてもお話をされていて、個人的には好きな車だから復活させたいみたいなお話もあって、結構これはいい情報だったというか、皆さん嬉しいんじゃないかなっていうふうに思いました。今日のインタビューを通してジャパンモビリティショーでも日産がどんな車を登場させるのか、期待値っていうのが高まりました。楽しみです。